The courthouse doors slammed behind me, and I thought I had left her forever. She stood there, smiling, calm, almost victorious, like a predator who had just claimed its prey. My chest ached, but I forced a smile, hiding the storm raging inside. That smile, it wasn't relief, it wasn't sadness, it was a warning. I had ignored the subtle flicker in her eyes for years, and now it glared at me with terrifying clarity. She had played me, Curtis, from day one. Every "I love you," every whispered promise, every tender glance, it was all a game. I felt hollow, but curiosity gnawed at me. Why did she look free? Why did her smile feel so sinister? 2 days later, the doorbell shattered the fragile silence of my apartment. My heart raced. No one had reason to come here. Not after the divorce, not after the courthouse, not after her triumphant grin. I opened the door, and there she was. Not my wife, but Victoria, her sister. Her eyes were sharp, calculating, and her presence carried urgency that made the room feel smaller, suffocating. "Curtis," she said, her voice quiet, almost threatening. "You have no idea what you've just walked away from." Her words struck me like a bullet. The moment she stepped inside, I knew this would change everything. She didn't waste time with pleasantries. From her bag, she pulled a thick folder, placing it deliberately on the table. "You think she left you because of freedom?" she asked, and her tone was icy. "You think you're safe now?" My stomach churned as she began to unravel a web so intricate it made my head spin. Bank transfers, secret accounts, encrypted messages, photos I had never seen. Everything pointed to one horrifying truth. She had planned this, every step, every word, every smile, designed to destroy me while making herself untouchable. Victoria handed me a small USB drive. "This," she said, "is the proof of everything." I hesitated, trembling. With a flick of my hand, I inserted it into my laptop. My world shattered before my eyes. There she was, my wife, in the apartment we shared, whispering sweet lies to another man, caressing him in ways she had never touched me. Laughter, my laughter, our laughter, echoed through the speakers as if mocking me. I felt frozen, unable to breathe, unable to cry, unable to scream. Every memory of love was suddenly poisoned. Every dream I had shared with her was a lie. Victoria's voice cut through the haze. She didn't just cheat, Curtis. She orchestrated this entire divorce to cover her tracks. The documents, the accounts, the lies. They were all in place before she ever signed a paper. She wanted everything. Your trust, your money, your reputation. And she's done this before. This is not the first time she has walked away smiling while leaving chaos behind. Her revelation was a hammer blow. I wanted to shout, to tear something apart, to confront her. But instead, I sank into a cold, paralyzing rage. As the hours passed, Victoria laid bare every secret I had never known. The late-night meetings, the hidden phones, the alibis, the friends bribed to cover lies. Every detail was accounted for. My mind spun. The woman I loved, the woman I had trusted, had lived a double life for years. Every tear she shed, every "I'm sorry," every excuse, fabricated to perfection. And the cruelest truth? I had never truly known her. I had been in love with a ghost, a carefully constructed illusion designed to manipulate, deceive, and humiliate. I could feel the anger rising, but beneath it, a colder clarity emerged. She had underestimated me, assuming my love blinded me, assuming my loyalty made me powerless. But now I had Victoria, I had the truth, and I had the tools. The USB drive was more than evidence. It was power. I could expose her to the world, make her regret every calculated smile. Or I could disappear entirely, leaving her in her own web of lies. The choice trembled in front of me like a dagger. Victoria stood, her eyes meeting mine. "Do what you will, Curtis. But remember this. She thinks she won. She thinks leaving you smiling meant victory. You now know every betrayal, every secret she kept, every lie she spun. You hold the only power she never imagined you would have." With that, she left, leaving me alone in a room filled with echoes of betrayal, and the cold weight of vengeance and revelation pressing down on me. Night fell, and the apartment felt alive with ghosts of the past. I replayed the videos, read the documents, analyzed every word, every gesture, every detail she thought I would never see. And then it struck me. She had underestimated one thing. Me. Not my love, not my patience, not my trust, but my resilience, my understanding, my capacity to survive even the cruelest betrayal. She had left me smiling on the surface, but underneath, I was awakening, gathering every piece of evidence, every shattered trust, into a weapon that could not be ignored to be why morning, I had made my choice. I wouldn't cry. I wouldn't plead. I wouldn't chase her. She had her freedom, her game, her thrill, but I had truth, and truth was more devastating than any lie. The apartment, once full of laughter and whispers, was silent except for my own heartbeat, steady, deliberate, unbroken. I held the USB drive, knowing that every secret, every betrayal, and every lie she had left behind was mine to command. And one thought burned brighter than any rage. She had walked away smiling, but the next time she faced me, she would see the power of the man she thought she had destroyed. The world saw Curtis walking away from a divorce, calm, collected, composed, a man defeated by love. But I had seen the truth, and the truth was terrifying. I had survived her lies, her manipulation, her betrayal. I had the evidence, the clarity, the control. And deep inside, a quiet satisfaction grew, chilling and unstoppable. Because she had underestimated me, just like she had underestimated every man before. And now, Curtis was no longer the man who could be fooled, no longer the man who could be broken. I was the man who had seen everything, and soon, she would understand that leaving me smiling was her gravest mistake.